What's good, y'all? J. Roos Theory back in the proverbial building. What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all having a great day today. Wait for y'all to come in. We're gonna talk some boxing as usual. Shout out to the Fearless Nation out there. We got to talk some boxing. There's been some major moves going around that a lot of us did not see coming. As they say, money talks. As I eat my two oranges, got to get that vitamin C. I wonder how blood say vitamin C. I bet it gets confusing. You know, they can't say C word, so I guess it would be vitamin D or vitamin B. That's funny, brother. I'm eating orange now. That's what's up. Yeah, man. Yeah, but how do blood say vitamin C? They say vitamin B, and then you get confused. Like, is it vitamin B or vitamin C? I don't know, blood. I'm eating my vitamin B. There's no vitamin B in oranges. Yeah, but it's vitamin B. Y'all from Cali know what I'm talking about. If you're gonna snack, why not snack healthy or healthful? Good orange. But yeah, Jay Roos is live. Tell a friend, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you at. Put it in your community posts on YouTube. Let's chop it up. Hopefully, a lot of y'all come through. What's going on with you, man? I'm just chilling, eating an orange. But let's just get started. Did you? Nah, I missed the fights last night, but I heard that Ryan Garcia won. Was it decision or knockout against Mario Barrios? Heard the fight was like 70 some dollars. I'm like, wow. You said you were rooting for Barrios and was disappointed by the outcome. Yeah, man, I used to really rock with Ryan Garcia, man. I still say he beat Devin Haney fair and square. I think that was some funny business. You know, the test results come in that late, and I think it was legit. I think he just beat the brakes off Devin Haney, but that's another topic. But yeah, Ryan Garcia did his thing last night, so I hear. But what's up with the zone charging 70 some dollars when their original selling point was no pay per views? It was supposed to be real cheap. Now it's just like paying for a Tyson fight back in the day. That's some crazy work. So Ryan is definitely a steroid user. I can't even argue with you on that because the way his moods were fluctuating, I was like, wow, that's kind of bizarre. You know, he's calm, and then the next minute it's a F boy island tirade. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know, man. I just know those of us that know the entertainment industry know anytime you say Jesus, they don't like that. So they'll set you up. They'll do all kind of things. Can't believe Dana poached Conor Benn. Yeah, that's what I mainly want to talk about. Like Eddie Hearn must feel really crazy right now because he had Conor Benn's back all through the allegations of PEDs. Eddie Hearn had his back through that like a loyal partner, and then all of a sudden, enter Dana White and Zuffa with the what was it, $15 million pound. Hello from Holland, yo! Shout out to Holland in the building. Appreciate you. First, he said it came from supplement. Yeah, I don't like to see dudes change their story. As far as Ryan Garcia and the accusation of PEDs, that's a whole weird situation, and I just find it odd that the test came back so late. That's really weird to me. That's really weird, and it's also weird that Devin Haney was going to sue a dude for battery when he's a fighter. I thought that was pretty soft. Thought that was cheeks. Cheeks. That was weak. But yeah, enter Dana White and Zuffa. And all of a sudden, Conor Benn leaves Eddie Hearn. Now, I don't wonder how he got out of the contract. If you have a contract, what loophole did he find to get out of that to join Dana White and Zuffa? $15 million, or I keep saying dollars, 15 million pounds, or however much that comes out to in American money. He's probably guaranteed a bunch of big fights, and he said it was a no-brainer. I know Eddie Hearn is like, wow, really? $15 million for. I know. I know Chris Eubank had posted something about it on his IG. Looks like he's happy because he never cared for Eddie Hearn. Zuffa ain't gonna be. They got. What was up? It disappeared. Zuffa. I used to always see that name at the end of the Ultimate Fighter, UFC or something. As they say, money talks. So I guess Conor Benn said, "Hey Eddie, unless you can match that 15 million pounds, then I'm skating out the picture, man. I gotta set up my future." Conor Benn always looks great when I see him in the gym hitting the pads too. That dude looks strong. They got Rayo Valenzuela to sign to them. Oh, did they? Did they? I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Look that up. De La Hoya was cooking Dana. Was he? Oh, I'm gonna have to hear that. Money is not everything. You're absolutely right. It's not. We got to see De La Hoya versus Dana in a boxing match. Yeah, Oscar's funny, but Oscar would beat Dana White from pillar to post. Oscar keeps himself in shape. Looks like Dana White, works out, but you got to go with the guy that's used to boxing. I'd watch it though, because it'd be a lot of trash talk in the press conference. Dana White and De La Hoya. You could sell that pay per view on or that press conference on pay per view. I can't stand Dana. So, yeah, I've never been a big Dana White guy. Some of the things he's done and said. Yeah, I'm not no I'm not a spokesperson for Dana White. I think he got into boxing when the time is right because the UFC is kind of falling off. They still get pretty good numbers. Since Dana's a fake tough guy. Yeah, he does try to come off like a mobster, don't he? Been watching too much Goodfellas. But I think Dana White, his original love was boxing. So he saw the opportune moment to get into boxing when the UFC's kind of not what it was. John Jones is retired. Ronda Rousey's out of the game. Conor Benn's doing Roadhouse. Not Conor Benn. Conor McGregor's doing Roadhouse. Tyron Woodley's in Roadhouse. I'm gonna say what's his name, George St. Pierre retired. So it's like all the big names are out of the sport. Rampage. So it's like they don't really have any names over there anymore to bring in viewers. So Dana White was like, you know what? Time to go into boxing because boxing is hot right now too. So he wants to strike right now. Says, yeah, the UFC is dying out. Yeah, I can't think of the last UFC I was interested in. We never got Francis Ngannou or John Jones, so it's like John Jones was my favorite UFC guy. So it's like if you don't have somebody at the top to bring in the viewers, then you're putting in overtime work just trying to market your company, and I'm sure that's exhausting, tiring. As I eat my delicious orange. UFC is boring. I agree. Unless it's stand up, I get tired of all that grappling because half the time I don't even know what I'm looking at. My thing is boxing. So if I see two dudes rolling around and in precarious positions, I'm like, I don't really want to see this. I just don't. I just don't find all that grappling interesting. I want to see two dudes swinging. And UFC is more barbaric. They're walking around with no shoes on. Just like I can't get into this bare knuckle garbage either. I don't want to see two dudes in the ring fighting like they're in a bar. That's not prize fighting to me. Boxing has been around for, yeah, and still going strong. Yeah, boxing has its ebbs and flows. Every time people think, oh, boxing's done, it's on its last leg, we see somebody gets beat. And, the worst happens. We see bad decisions. We see crooked decisions, plural, like Teofimo Lopez said, plural, crooked decisions, and we still enjoy boxing. It's just the best sport. No ifs, ands, or buts. Crookedness and all. Yeah, it is crazy that a sport that's only been around since the '90s. I remember I was working at FedEx in San Diego at the airport when UFC first came out with the Gracies and all that, and there was a guy that was passing around all these VHS tapes of the UFC, and I watched it. I was like, I couldn't get into it. And that's before Dana White joined, and the rules were different. You know, I just don't. I don't know. I've watched it. I have my favorite UFC guys. I used to really like Junior Dos Santos. I used to say he should be a boxer. He had pretty good boxing skills, but them fights with Cain Velasquez kind of took a lot out of him. Those were bloodbaths. Eating an orange after a workout, glycogen. I like fruits more than vegetables. I eat vegetables because you need to, but I love fruit way more, like cherries, grapes, oranges, pineapple, watermelon. I love watermelon. One time I was in Publix, I just bought some watermelon and chicken. I told the cashier, this don't help the stereotype, does it? Chicken and watermelon, aisle three. I like that chicken and watermelon. Buck in my eyes. I didn't start tap dancing though. I've been eating a lot of chicken lately. Normally, I'm a red meat guy. Excuse me while I wet the proverbial palate. Watermelon is perfect on a summer day. You ain't never lied. Watermelon, man. Watermelon. You know it's hard to find watermelon with seeds now. I like my fruit with seeds in it so I know it's not GMO. I don't want no genetically modified help assistance with my fruit. It's not too hard to spit out the seeds. We don't need we know who to mess with the food and decide, let's grow these in a greenhouse and inject them with 80,000 chemicals so they don't have to have seeds. No, seeds are in there for a reason. Leave our fruit alone. Water, especially when you put in the fridge at night. Oh yeah, I gotta have it chilled, man. Gotta have it chilled. I saw a video recently where a dude was putting lemon on watermelon and on pineapple. He said it enhanced the flavor. I tried it. I didn't see what the hoopla was about. I remember some of the adults when I was a kid would put salt on watermelon. What's up, bro? Bruce Gas in the building. How you doing, man? Go subscribe to my dude, Bruce Gas. Bruce Gas be having an unboxing trivia contest where you can win money and all types of stuff. And he's got some great interviews. Had on Razor Ruddock and everything. Tim Witherspoon. Great boxing channel. Go subscribe to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. I always put lemon and powder on. And what kind of powder was that? Let me read that. It says lemon and chili. Oh, chili powder. Wow, that might be interesting. I might have to try that. Because I do a lot of unorthodox stuff. I take cinnamon right out the spice jar. When they had that cinnamon challenge years ago, I was like, what's hard about that? Cinnamon helps with your blood sugar. I take cardamom, take oregano and oil of oregano, black seed oil, aloe vera juice, beet juice, garlic, of course. I'm into all that stuff. And I work out like I got a title fight coming every day. Work out, never miss. Migraine, still work out. I've seen. Yeah, I never heard of the chili powder thing. That might be kind of good. Certain things you would think, oh, that doesn't go together. Then you try it, you're like, oh, I'm on to something. Yeah, you got to try it. It's fire. I plan on doing that. Maybe I'll even do a review on it. I remember a while back, I did a review on Papa John's Papa Dia pizza that they were introducing at the time. I was like, dude, this is just a piece of pizza folded over. I was like, what is that? Like, they just took some pizza and then folded it and then called it a papadilla. Like, if y'all don't stop, who's the marketer over there? Oh, I guess I shouldn't talk too bad. The Papa John's headquarters is like 10 steps over that way. Hey, what's up, y'all? Yeah. Oh, for real? Yeah. I got Domino's, by the way. Way off topic. Y'all know that's what I do. I come on talking about Dana White, Zuffa, and Conor Benn. Now I'm talking about Papa John's Pizza and Domino's. You know how I do. Mic check one and the two. Man, there were so many cops out here last night. I don't know what was going on. I never seen that many cops in person in my life, and I'm from California. I was like, I ain't seen this many. I don't know what was going on. And the cop cars in Georgia, man, they got the brightest LED lights. You almost feel like you about to go blind when you pass a cop. They got lights on the side and on. I'm like, dude, what is this? It's distracting. They tell you to drive safely and don't be distracted. And they got these cop cars lit up like a tree. Like, what's up, y'all? But anyway, back to the topic. Did Conor Benn betray Eddie Hearn? I guess he's thinking of it like, he did what's best for his family. Let me see that comment. Hasn't had Papa John's in years. They have dope fiends working at the one in my town. That kind of ruins your appetite. Yeah, I guess it would. I don't want no meth in my pizza. Be like, give me extra pepperoni, hold the meth. What you think about the card last night? I didn't even see it, man. Did you catch it? Eddie should have been under contract, have had been under contract. Boxing, not a handshake business. Sure isn't. Sure isn't, man. The card kind of sucked. Frank Martin saved the card. Oh, Frank Martin fought last night. Bruce says he enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can catch the replay. Did Ryan win by decision or was it stoppage? I think it was decision, right? But he dominated. Frank Martin had a back and forth war. Oh, that's some kind of fights I like Bo Holyfield, the first one, even the second one. Well, even the third one. Yeah, I like them back and forth, Ray Mercer, Burt Cooper type of fights. Ryan won a unanimous decision. Oh, okay. Okay. Gary Russell and Andy, a Japanese fighter, put on a. I heard when I heard Andy, I thought because I had gone through Boxing Wave real quick, and I heard him say Andy. At first, I'm thinking Andy Ruiz. I was like, I thought maybe Andy Ruiz was fighting. Beck the Bully showed out. I'm gonna have to try to catch that card. A lot of us are mad at the zone, man. High Orca. I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who that is, man. But a lot of us are mad at the zone for giving us a false narrative when they originally came out. No more exorbitant high pay-per-view prices. That was their whole selling point, and then they just totally turned. Yes, they thought, we can't really pay our fighters on this, so they pulled the old bait and switch on the public. The bait and switch. They got you in, and then they like switch. Gary Russell looked good. He got hurt with some body shots early. Oh, okay. Gary, I haven't seen him in a minute. I spelled it wrong, but he's the guy who knocked out old man. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that card out, man. But the zone, shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. I remember a car dealership doing that kind of garbage in San Diego. They had, I forget the deal. They're like, come on down now. We got some type of deal. I went down there, them dudes tried to give me a Padres bobblehead. I was like, what? They're like, I came down here for a deal. You gonna give me a bobblehead? I was like, man, deuces, I'm out. What is that? They knew good and well when you got in there they was gonna do that. They didn't have no deal. They just thought once you get in here, we'll try to sell you a car, but we're not gonna give you that deal you heard about. Here, take this bobblehead. Like, man, like like that's close to what you wanted. And like, yeah, I'm gonna get a car for what? A brand new whatever car for what 200 a month? Oh, for real? And I don't have to pay anything for the next 3 months. Then when you get down there, oh, you know what? We just ran out, but here's this Padres bobblehead, and yeah, like, dude, ain't nobody that stupid. You know how gullible you'd have to be to come in there and be happy they just gave you a bobblehead instead of a deal on a car? Like, man, I didn't get a car, but I did get this Padres bobblehead, man. So disrespectful. I got a video coming later today, kind of late on the topic, but about how Canelo changed up his tune. You know, when he first lost to Terrence Crawford, he was saying no excuses. You know, when Ellie Seckback tried to give him a way out, he's like, no excuses. And now he's talking about he had leg cramps and stuff like that. So I'm going to cover that topic because I'm disappointed in you, Canelo. You took it like a G. I don't want to hear no Deontay Wilder stuff. I was telling people, you know, on my channel that Deontay needs to act like you and just admit he lost. I just got an ad from a car company. What is this? I just got an ad from a car company with the key, and they say, "Come here, and if the car starts, it's yours. If not, you bet." Are you serious? Wow. Yeah, I would go down there just to see what's going on. Be like, I'm gonna hold you guys to your word. I heard of a case years ago where some car dealer said, "Come down here, our prices are so cheap, you could buy it for a bag of bananas." And then when they got there, somebody actually brought some bananas, and they're like, "Oh no, we were just talking." I think the guy went to court, sued him, and won. He's like, "That's false advertisement. You said I could get a car for a bag of bananas, and that's what I did, and I didn't get nothing." So the judge was like, "Break yourself." Wow, in the mail. That's crazy. Free bobblehead with the purchase of any $100,000 car. Yeah. Yeah, you can get this new, brand new Mercedes. We even shine it up for you, give you rims, you know. And here's your bobblehead. You can put this in the corner. Like, man. That was actually laughable. I remember me and my mom, I went down there with my mom. We were like, really, dude? That's what we're doing? Oh, we just ran out, man. If you had got here like 20 minutes earlier, man, you would have got that deal. Man, your timing. Yeah, stop it. Stop. That's some nasty work, champ. Nasty work. Bobblehead. You see bobbleheads anymore, by the way? You know, these things come and go like them spinner things. The 80s had a lot of novelty stuff like Rubik's Cubes. I could never fix a Rubik's Cube. I could only get like, I think the most I got was two or three colors. I could never get the whole thing. I could do the little triangle shape thing. I could solve that. And a thing called Whip It, I could do that, but not the Rubik's. No siree, Bob. But yeah, I'm gonna have to check that card out, you know. But for $70, man, paying that high of a price for a boxing match, they should like pay for the pizza to be ordered to your house. Remember spinning rims? Oh yeah, yeah. You don't see that no more, do you? They even had songs, spinners. Yeah. Like I was just saying the other day, I was telling my wife, you don't really see people spend all that much money on booming systems now. You know, you used to drive down the street, people with the boom, boom, boom. That's not really popular no more. Eddie stood by Conor after he failed two drug tests and couldn't even have a phone call with Eddie after all that. Yeah, that is kind of crazy, you know. That is kind of crazy, you know. You know what would really be a shocker? If somehow Anthony Joshua got out of his lifetime contract with Eddie Hearn. That would really be a shocker. I guess Eddie would be like, you know what? It's been nice. Thank you, but I'm done with boxing. And what other sport can I get into now? Yeah, that would be a shocker. But I could see how Eddie Hearn would feel betrayed because Eddie seems like a pretty cool guy. I don't know what Chris uh, Eubank's problem is, Chris Eubank Jr. with Eddie Hearn. I don't know what happened with them two. But Eddie Hearn always seemed like a cool guy. He's quick on his feet. He's witty. I seen him even, shadow box a little bit with somebody. Well, I guess it's not shadow boxing if you do it with somebody, but it seemed like he had some skills too. So I like Eddie Hearn. I just wish things could have worked out a little different when he and Conor Benn. You hate to see any funny business, no matter what sport it is, NFL, NBA, boxing. You just hate to see funny business. But that's professional sports, and it's always been in boxing, unfortunately. It's always some shady stuff. People try to act like boxing didn't get shady till Don King. If y'all don't stop, I say Don King was the best promoter ever. I'm pretty sure people have some justifiable complaints, but I always liked Don King, man. He knew how to sell a fight. He was hilarious. When he used to be on the Jim Rome show, man, that dude would have me in tears, man. The exchanges back and forth with Jim Rome and Don King, oh, that was some classic stuff. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up on your way in or on your way out or on the replay, however you're seeing this. Subscribe here, become a member, bronze, silver, and gold. You get bloopers, you get all type of stuff that I don't talk about normally. Subscribe to channel number 2 in WJ where I cover everything. Follow me on IG, the J Roos Theory, Facebook, Jonathan Roos, Cash App. Brothers got to eat, man. How am I going to eat all these oranges if y'all don't hit up my Cash App, y'all? I got a job and all, but what's up? Support your dude. Cash App, $ J Roos 33. Got to buy some more. I remember when oranges were cheap, man. Now fruit ain't cheap no more, dude. Could probably get a meal at Wendy's for less than a bag of fruit nowadays. But yeah, you hate to see somebody have your back when you're up against it, and then you're like, you know what? I got a bigger offer. Money isn't everything. You got to have dignity, integrity. I'm gonna do a video about that little exchange Terrence Crawford had with that dude from the Pivot that said he would sell his soul for $100 million, and Terrence said, "Well, that's you." He said, that's selling your soul, and he said, you look at certain people like, ain't you got no dignity? So Terrence Crawford checked that dude on the spot and made him look goofy. And then the other dude, Ryan, I forget his name, tried to vouch for the other dude that said it. He's like, oh no, he didn't mean he would sell his soul for 100 million. He just meant he would take a fight for 100 million. I'm like, well, that's not what he said. He might be trying to correct it and skirt his way out of that, but nah, you said you would sell your soul. That's foul. Terrence Crawford said no amount of money is gonna make him come back. And this dude is the dude that he was talking to was like, okay, y'all owe me an apology when Terrence Crawford comes back. He thinks he's still gonna come back, if he gets offered a big enough payday. Terrence is done, man. He's coaching watching his kids and wrestling and all that. He said, he was beating up his body for years in training, and he's just ready to call it a day. I'm sure he's still trained, but when he wants to, not because there's a fight coming up. So shame on dude talking about he sell his soul. Put a price tag on your soul. Your soul ain't even yours to sell, partner. Ain't no sunshine when Ben's gone. Vaughn Scott in the building. I was just listening to that in the car. The Michael Bolton version. Shout out to Michael Bolton. I like Michael Bolton. They used to try to clown my dude back in the '90s. My dude could sing. Didn't need no auto tune either, like T Pain and all them type of dudes. Shout out to Michael Bolton. Ain't no sunshine when Conor Benn's gone. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna have to check out some interviews to see what Eddie's saying about that, and 'cause he might be trying to play it off, but I know it bothers him. Betrayal's never something that goes down sweet. He's in pain more like. Yes, sir. You know, it's kind of strange to see the boxer doing something shady to the promoter. You know, usually it's the promoter doing some funny business to the boxer, but not this time. Connor took the yellow brick road. He said, "You gonna break me off, Zuffa?" Like I was saying earlier, every time I see Conor Benn, speaking of Conor Benn, every time I see him hit the pads, the dude looks really fast, man, really fast and strong. As Chris Eubank Jr. found out in the rematch, Conor Benn is strong. You know, a lot of people don't give him the credit that he deserves. You know, they call him a cheat. Whatever the case, he's still boxing. And so, since he's still in the sport, let's just take him for what he's doing, you know, as long as he's not on drugs now. So, maybe the documentary will come out later about Conor Benn being on something. But until the documentary comes out, then, you know, got to go with what it is. You might think it's some crazy work, but the dude's being allowed to fight. I don't know what's next for Chris Eubank Jr. You know, he did not look healthy in that last fight. I don't know if I think he's going to continue fighting, but I don't know at what weight class. But Prince Turkey and Dana White, they are changing the game. And boxing's not a game. But they're changing the way fighters are being paid. They're putting fights together that we want to see, some we didn't even expect that we're getting. Whoever thought we'd get Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua in the ring? You know, we heard the sparring stories, but did we ever really think they would get in the ring? No, no one saw that coming. No one saw that coming at all. I think even I don't know who he's going to fight for, but I think what's his name's coming back? Errol Spence. Saw he and Terrence Crawford hug it out the other night, so that was cool to see. He's got the dreads now, so we'll see what Spence can do and who he signs with. There's always something going on in boxing, man. It's like a soap opera. You don't need professional wrestling, you know. You don't need all that with the fake results. You can get the showmanship and all that in boxing and hopefully get real results. I've seen some fights that look scripted, some boxing matches that look funny, but for the most part, it appears to be what we think it is, legit. You know, despite the crazy judges, at least you can bring your own two judges, as Lennox Lewis used to say, and not leave it up to the judges. Like I said, make sure you guys beat down that like button. Helps put me in the algorithm. Speaking of algorithm, man, a crazy world, all this AI stuff, ain't it? Back in the day, AI meant Allen Iverson. Nowadays, it's something a whole lot different. Or the Grammys even actually got a category for AI music. Nasty work. Music is bad, when AI is getting nominated. Music is going down the drain when that happens. Man, I'm all over the place, but I'm just looking outside. Bipolar weather. It was super hot yesterday, then it was storming, then it was normal, then by the end of the night, the wind was blowing like I ain't never seen. Like bipolar weather, man. Kind of like boxing, up and down. But we're about to be in March. Need to get some of these big fights going. I'm hearing rumors that AJ might be coming back as soon as July. You know, so that's great. I knew he was coming back. I did some videos on it, but I knew he's coming back. Why wouldn't he? You still you still gotta do what you love to do, and get your mind off certain things. So boxing will be good for him. It'll be good for him. Win, lose, or draw, just being in the ring and under the lights, that'll be good for him. I look forward to seeing him in the ring. Get out the mosque, though, AJ. If you're going to the mosque, get out the mosque. Go to church, man. Don't forget your upbringing. Don't do as they do in Saudi Arabia, man. Get with Yeshua. Leave the Muslim stuff alone, AJ. Get with Yeshua. Stop it. I know Alexander Usyk and them are Christians, so hopefully they're telling them what to do. Don't play around with darkness. I've seen dudes that were ex-Muslims and they actually are Christians now, and they tell you what certain words mean, and you would be shocked to find out. You really don't know who you're worshiping when you're a Muslim. And that's what I'm saying right here. Remember, I always say, be fearless. I'm fearless. I say what others are scared to say. I would love to see a Conor Benn Devin Haney fight, man. I would. Oh my goodness. I can almost guarantee you that Devin Haney wouldn't make it to the 12th round. I can almost guarantee you that. And everybody thinking that Devin Haney is so big. It don't matter if you're big if you can't punch. Sure, he knocked that dude down, that Brian Norman dude, Brian Norman Jr. He knocked him down, but he didn't finish him. But he ain't knocking Conor Benn down. Not happening. Conor Benn is very fast and he's very strong. I'd like to see Conor Benn and maybe Ryan Garcia. Yo, YouTube, put Jay Roos in the algorithm now. Stop playing. Don't play yourself. Hopefully we at least get this is wishful thinking, but hopefully we at least get maybe 4 big fights this year and some nice fights we didn't see coming in between. Hopefully we get that. We got Tyson Fury Makhmudov coming up on Netflix. See, Netflix is doing what DAZN was supposed to do. You get these fights for a Netflix subscription, which isn't a high price at all. So Netflix is doing what DAZN was supposed to do. They're not being greedy. Greed is never a good look. Greed is sinful. Guess the D in the zone was for dollars, but who knew? But we got Tyson Fury, Makhmudov coming up. Tyson Fury is real friendly with Lennox Lewis. Real friendly with Lennox Lewis. You're right, brother. Greed is not a good look. Shame on the zone. Counter Punch Boxing, what's up? My dude Kurt in the building. Y'all go subscribe to Kurt K. Dizzle in the building. That's the homie. Man, we got to link up again, man. When did we meet up? It was a while back here when you was filming Stranger Things. Yeah, man, we're gonna have to link up again, go to a restaurant or something, you know, go live streaming throughout the town. Kurt. Back in was it 2024? My goodness, and we're in 2026. Wow, was it that long ago? Wowzers. Time flies, don't it? Man. Maybe I have to come up to your state, you know. I plan on taking a trip to California in the next couple months. Might link up with my dude Jaycation out there from San Diego that be doing the reviews in Vegas. Great channel. Go subscribe to Jaycation. But yeah, I might have to come up to where you're at, Kurt, man. Show me around, eat some steaks, chill out, and show these people how it's done in the pugilism world. And they got this AC on blast, man. When it's cold outside, they got the AC on. Then when it's hot, the AC's on crickets. Like, really, dude? Need to find out where that control panel is and shut that thing off, dude. It feels like a winter storm in here. They trying to freeze up the J. Roos theory, y'all. Some crazy work. I was watching your live stream the other day. I came in after you'd already done it. The one where you were talking about Zhang could knock out any of these guys if he had stamina. I think you're right, man. If Zhang had some stamina, Zhang's a problem because people were trying to compare Wardley to Zhang, and yeah, Zhang hits harder than Wardley, man. Zhang got them heavy hands. If he could just not get tired, man. And we saw Caballero beat him with those body shots, but he knocked down Caballero too. This dude knocks down everybody. Hergovich. We all saw the Deontay Wilder thing. That never gets old to watch that, man. That was one of the funniest knockouts I ever seen. But Zhang is one of the hardest punching dudes, man. He punches harder than Bacoli. He punches harder than Wardley. Of course, AJ knocked him down in the Olympics back in the day, but I'm not talking about chins. He still takes a good punch, but I'm talking about just straight raw country power, man. This dude probably eat an egg sandwich and then just knock a whole football team out. This dude is no joke. You know, I've had James Bashir on the show, and he's had guys that got into sparring with Zhang. And he said he asked him, is it true? Like, can this dude punch? And they were like, yeah, absolutely. They were like, yep, he can punch. Yeah, he can punch. Matter of fact, pick my tooth up off the canvas. That dude can punch. If I was Zhang, I would just work on a whole training camp of cardio. Just to, you do your weights too, of course. I'm a weights and push-ups type of guy. But shadow box with some dumbbells in your hand. Make sure you don't get tired. In fact, he should be doing like instead of 2 minute rounds, do 5 minute rounds for 15 rounds. Do that for like 3 months. Then by the time you get in a real fight, it should be easy. But he's got to do something to up his cardio, maybe drop. He comes in real heavy. You don't really need to be that heavy. He could still punch hard at probably 260, 250. No reason to come in like as high as he does. I don't get that. But and he's faster than a lot of people think he is. A lot of times people see you're a big guy and they just assume you're slow because you're big. Absolutely not. Like me, I'm super fast, super fast, super fast. And I'm in the 250s. Have you never stopped training from the time you were a kid to the time you're in your 50s? That says a lot. Pat myself on the back for that one. Rain, sleet, or snow, you train. I always say it's like brushing your teeth. Do you just brush your teeth when you feel like it? No, I hope not. And so do the people around you. You brush your teeth no matter what. That's what working out should be. Doesn't matter how you feel. Doesn't matter if you're not motivated. You do it anyway. It's called discipline. What did Mike Tyson say? Discipline is doing the things that you hate, but doing it like you love it. And I don't hate training. I love it. I love it. I love the grind. I love the pain. I love the pushing yourself. I love that kind of stuff, Knuckle push-ups, all that. Sit-ups, side laterals, skull crushers, curls, hammer curls, all kind of stuff, man. High reps, man. High reps. That way you don't injure yourself. You get a burn like you won't believe. Try this if you don't believe me. Get some 20-pound dumbbells. Do 55 laterals. Just do it 3 times. Just try that. 3 times, 55 times, 20-pound dumbbells. Then do 55 hammer curls. 55 times, 3 times. Then do skull crushers. 55, 3 times. Tell me how you feel. Your pump will be crazy. And it's a different feeling than lifting heavy weights. That you feel, but it's more like tendons and aches and pains. It's not the same. You do light weights, high reps, that builds volume and muscle stamina like you wouldn't believe. You'll see other people out playing sports getting tired and you're not tired. Why? Because you pushed your muscles with high reps. Me and my buddy used to go out and shoot 3-pointers for a long, couple hours, and he'd be getting tired. And I'm like, it's like the longer we play, the more I'm ready to go. Like Usyk, it's like when he starts fighting, he gets more energy as he goes. So try it. If you think I'm lying, try it. 20 pounds, 55 times, 3 times. Thank me later. Oh, yeah, and take some 2-pound dumbbells and hold them out like that for 3 minutes. Shoulders will feel like they were put through a flamethrower. Dude, still got this AC blasting, dude. What in the world? It usually comes on and then stops and then comes on. Now it's just like, all right, dude. Glad my immune system is top notch. But yeah, Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn. You know what'll be interesting? If Conor Benn ends up fighting somebody from Eddie Hearn's current stable. Can you imagine the trash talk at that podium? Can you imagine that? Because Eddie Hearn is witty. Conor Benn is witty. Not too many people as witty as Chris Eubank Jr., but Conor Benn is witty. Eddie Hearn's good off the top. So that would be nice. That would be entertaining. That would be entertaining. like I always say, if you get two guys in the room that really know how to sell a fight, you could probably sell the press conference on pay per view. Don't let me give DAZN any ideas. You know, DAZN may be like, "Oh, what's that? Oh, pay per view for press conferences? Yeah, yeah. Don't get any ideas, DAZN. Yeah, y'all know y'all be wanting some money like I ain't never seen. $70 for a fight. If I pay $70 for a fight, man, that card better be stacked. It better be like AJ versus Zhang, Usyk versus Caballero, uh, Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn. I don't want to see nobody on that card that I don't know. Tyson Fury, AJ, maybe AJ and Deontay Wilder. Should he get past Chisora? That's another fight we got coming up. I've talked about over and over. Got Chisora by stoppage. I think Deontay has PTSD, like I believe he said. Shout out to Kurt. Watch that video. But that PTSD might be a real thing with Deontay. That explains a lot. That explains why he's not making no sense. That explains why he's saying things like documentary, things like golden is silence. Instead of silence is golden, this dude be talking in riddles, riddles that make no sense. This dude's still talking about a documentary, like how many years after the fight, man? You could have put out 5 sequels by now if you had that much evidence. I was watching part of the second fight the other night where he came in that evil looking costume when they took off the mask and that dude was sweating bullets. I'm like, what are you thinking, dude? Why would you come in the ring looking like you fresh out of a evil Disney movie? Like, what's up with you, dude? I didn't even like when Joe Joyce would come in with that big old juggernaut. It's like, what's up with the mask, bro? Just come in the ring. Stop having rappers on the mic because the audio always sucks. Stop coming in with masks. Play your music the old school way. Play something that's going to get you going. Get in the ring and fight. I don't even like the music in between rounds when they do that. It's like, this ain't no 1970s disco hall. Why do you got to play music in between rounds like the action we're seeing isn't enough? We got to have a DJ. Remember when HBO tried that? I think Ed Lover had something to do with that. But Ed Lover's funny, by the way. But boxing is entertaining in itself. We don't need music in between rounds. I want to hear what the corner man's saying. We always got to, it's like this hyperactive society. We got to always have something to entertain us, you know. You know, we can't watch a long video now. We got to watch a short because our attention span is like that, like a goldfish. This goldfish is saying, don't put that on us, Chief. If it ain't broke boxing, don't try to fix it. We don't need no music in between rounds with DJ such and such and MC so and so. We don't need it. Oh yeah, speaking way off topic, but what's up with 50 Cent and Faison Love going at it, man? 50 Cent put out that meme where of New Jack City when Nino had that dude on the sidewalk with the to the dude's head. He put his face on Nino and put Faison Loves on the big fat dude. And my cousin and them, we grew up in Southeast San Diego, so my cousin and them grew up with Faison Love. If Faison Love he used to hang around some pretty tough characters from Emerald Hills. It's a blood area. I haven't saw Faison say blood on an interview, but Faison Love grew up in a tough part. But you know, could he really beat up 50 Cent? Doesn't 50 Cent have like a Golden Gloves history? I heard he used to break jaws when he was out on the corner selling yayo, but not Tony Yayo, by the way. But could he? I don't know. Maybe Faison's a dude like Andy Ruiz. Maybe he don't look the part, but maybe he got hands. But you know, Faison is from Southeast San Diego, man. A lot of gangs, a lot of G's out there, but that don't mean that he could get in the ring and beat up 50 Cent. Unless 50's stamina is so bad, but Faison said he would need like what, 8 months to get in shape. So at least he's being honest about it. But just thought I'd talk about that because it's kind of boxing related, you know. Actors and rappers talking about squaring off. Oh yeah, drink your. When I was talking about health earlier, well, I'm all over the place. Drink your, what is it called? That beef stock that's got aminos and collagen in it, good for your skin and all that. Drink that too, and it don't even cost much. You can get that in any grocery store. But I guess I'm about to get out of here. Just want to chop it up with the Fearless Nation. Like I said, beat down that thumbs up. Cash App, $ J Roos 33. I got to eat my oranges, man. Come on. And Instagram, the J Roos Theory. Facebook, Jonathan Roos. That's what the J is for, Jonathan. Jon, not JOH. And it's been nice talking to everybody. Bruce, Gas, Ben Scott, Counterpunch Boxing came through. Love you all. Yeshua loves you guys. Follow Yeshua. You won't regret it. LSR forever. Be fearless. Yeah.